Hi guys, in this video I'll tell you how to become a freelancer and quit your job in 1 year or less. And this year I quit my corporate job after going freelancing full time. I'll teach you all the lessons that I learned and the mistakes that I made so you can avoid them when you start your freelancing journey. I'll also show you how you can begin your freelancing journey by signing up to Fiverr and all of the other platforms, setting up your profile correctly and making sure you get the best out of your clients and your work. Did you know that freelancers earn more than the equivalent corporate job? 61% of survey responders said they earn the same or more than they would in their equivalent corporate job in 2019. So this was even before the pandemic and the gig economy started. Nowadays people are earning 3, 4, 5 times their salary than they would in a normal corporate job. The Great Recession, quiet quitting and the boredom of 9 to 5s are really getting to people these days, meaning that they are seeking alternative ways to earn their living. I was one of those people. In April 2021, towards the end of lockdowns and the government easing restrictions, I decided to sign up as a seller on Fiverr.com. For those of you who don't know, Fiverr is a freelancing marketplace where sellers can offer their services as gigs and buyers can come in and buy packages. Sellers on there can sell anything from book writing, photo editing, social media marketing, web design and blog writing content. Being passionate and knowing a lot about the car industry, I signed up to be a car or automotive blog post writer. Fast forward to today, 18 months later, I've quit my job. I'm on track to earn the same or more than I would in my normal corporate job, and I'm being my own boss, traveling and working from anywhere and choosing my own hours to work. I did it by following these steps in this video and making a lot of mistakes on the way. So let's begin and show you how you can start as a freelancer with zero experience. Firstly, a warning though. It's very difficult and time consuming to become a freelancer, and not everyone is successful, otherwise everyone would be doing it. It's even more stressful and demanding at the start when you're doing a full-time corporate job and only freelancing on evenings and weekends. It's also not consistent. It's not like a salary at a corporate job where you're getting the same money every month and know when the paycheck is coming in. With freelancing, you never know when your next order might come in and how overwhelmed you might be with 10, 20, 30 orders all happening at once. My advice when you start freelancing is to save up as much money as you possibly can, i.e. having your own emergency fund in the form of lots of cash reserves just in case the work dries up for whatever reason. Think of it like an emergency fund where if you had no work for 6 months, you have enough to live by. This includes 6 months rent, food, bills, even entertainment and any other expenses that you need to live on. For me, that's around £3,000 to £5,000 if I'm really frugal. Anyway, with all that, let's begin. To begin freelancing, you need to choose a subject that you're interested in, whether that be travel, cars, fashion, history, entertainment, dancing, football. It could be anything like that. The idea is that there is something out there that you know more than other people about, and it could be related to the line of work that you're currently in. For example, HR and resume writing. It could be Excel and data analysis, technical writing for engineering. It could be sports writing like journalism. It could be tech reviews for the tech that you enjoy using, or even could be gaming, something that you're really interested in. Then you need to think about how you can monetize it by freelancing. So with that, take a look at Fiverr to see what other services people are offering in your niche. They could be content writing in the same area. They could be doing graphic design or web development. They could be good impressionists or voiceovers actors and offering services to clients that actually are a fan of the people that they're impersonating. Other areas include art, photography or video editing, all in the areas and the niche that you've chosen. If you don't know anything about the line of work that you're looking at, I'll offer some more tips later in the video. Once you understand what others are offering in your niche and what you might need to do to offer your services, you need to sign up to all the freelancing platforms that you can. And this was my first mistake at the beginning. I only focused on Fiverr.com, optimizing for that platform. But there are so many more nowadays. Sites such as Upwork, Freelancer, Revolancer, Legit, Contra, and even LinkedIn offer their services that you can sign up for as a freelancer. Sign up to all of these and make your profile stand out. Now, tips to optimize your freelance profile on these platforms. Number 1 is to show your face. This is important as buyers are looking for your services. Get a professional photo done, maybe even by your friends or family, or one that you've had done at work. But make sure you're looking like a freelancer and semi-professional in that photo. And don't use photos on a night out where you might meet up with your friends. Take photos with a plain or natural background where you stand out, and make sure you wear smart or casual gear and something that's not too informal. And act as if you are a freelancer. You can even take inspiration from other sellers on the platforms that you're looking at. The second tip about your profile is to optimize the keywords in every title for each gig that you offer. This is important as specific buyers that are looking for your specific services will search for these keywords. Examples include blogs or articles, websites, product descriptions, videos, photo, and then include your niche like sports, weddings, Excel, gaming. These are also quite generic, but they narrow down buyers' search results and point you to your gigs that they might be looking for. You can even go more specific such as designing a new coin, planning a gay couple's wedding, environmental sustainability, blog posts, and much more. Do what you can to make the title not only read well, but optimize for keywords. Then have a simple layout for your gig images to showcase you and what you offer. Use simple text and a simple background along with your face. Use bright colors or a plain background, and use the right size image for each platform that you're offering services on. Each gig image size recommendations can be found here. Use sites such as Canva or Adobe Express, which are free services where you can set up gig images. Or if you're willing to spend a little bit of money up front, ask other sellers on the Fiverr platform to create you a gig image. Next step is to maximize your gig description, highlighting what the buyer will get from your gig. Use all of the bold and highlighting features to showcase a little bit more about your experience, about how good you are as a seller and what you offer as a service, and make sure your profile really stands out. And then you need to start prices low at the beginning. Even if you have all of the experience in the world, without the reviews on the platform that you're working on as a freelancer, you're considered a nobody, really. Start your basic package at $5 or $10, depending on what service you're offering, because this will get you orders through and messages coming in. And then once you get the first few orders, you'll get reviews for them, and then you'll appear higher on the search results. Building up your profile to gain more reviews also means that you'll get more work in the future, and then you can start raising your prices. On your profile, fill out everything. Show your qualifications, show your portfolio, and maybe clients that you've worked with in the past. Show your experience and your passion, and a tiny bit of info about you, because at the end of the day, it's a human talking to a human on the platform. Make the buyer impressed with what you have to offer, so they have no choice but to buy through you. And then finally, add multiple gigs. Don't just offer one service. Test out the field by offering 3 or 4 different gigs at the start. Someone might be really interested in your product description gig, but not so interested in your web design gig. You find out all of this by looking at the impressions on your gig on Fiverr, an example shown here. You only find out all of this as well by posting more gigs. I would suggest starting 3 or 4, like I said, in similar categories to get better chances of appearing in search results. Now, of course, once you've set up all of your profile and offered your services, you need to land your first client. This can be really hard at the start, and if it's been a couple of weeks and you've not had any messages or any orders, you can simply ask your friends and family to place an order on the platform for your $5 gig. This will build up a portfolio to show your work and also allow you to get some reviews. If you have a couple of 5-star reviews on there, then you know that buyers are coming to you because you offer legit services and you're good at your work. But once you start getting messages in, make sure you reply to them straight away, as buyers are way more likely to buy your services if you respond to them quickly and get the deal done as soon as possible. This is where the apps for all of these platforms come in, because they're really useful when you're out and about. As long as you've got a data connection, you can respond to messages any time of day. Even if it's just a simple, "Thank you for your message, I will respond fully later." This reduces your response rate and gets you higher up in the rankings. When you do land your first client, the first thing to do is to not panic. Set realistic deadlines with them and don't overpromise and underdeliver. Ask any questions about the order that they're wanting you to do before you begin, and notice any signs of any spam or any other messages that might come through. Some examples include trying to get you off of the platform, or even saying there's plenty of work available, and people that are offering their WhatsApp numbers for you to message them privately. All of these are not really allowed by Fiverr, and they'll ban you from the platform. Plus, on the app you can always block them as well, but make sure before you block them to respond to them, because it will affect your response rate and response time. Of course, at the start of your freelancing journey there is less risk for you as the seller, because you're only charging someone $5 that other people charge $100 for. Hopefully this results in little pressure from you, because the buyer should understand that you're just starting out and they're only spending $5 on your service, the same price as a coffee. Once you have all the accounts set up and looking professional, the messages and the work should be coming in. If it doesn't work out at the start and you're not getting any orders, you can always apply for jobs on Upwork and LinkedIn platforms, and you can offer your lowest prices just to get your foot in the door and then get some reviews on those platforms, also to gain more experience. If you're really not getting any luck, then think about pivoting and starting a different gig or a different niche in a brand new category. Do more research on the Fiverr platform or the Upwork platform to find areas that have low competition. There may not be that many people out there writing about jellyfish or rocks or sewing techniques. Anything specific like that will also guarantee you buyers, because it's such a niche subject, and there are bound to be people all around the world that are interested in your services. The next stage, once you've got some orders through and some reviews through and you start building up a lot of work, the next stage is to raise your prices. Only do this if you're overwhelmed with work and you can't keep up with the orders coming through, or if you've had orders come through and buyers have left excellent feedback. Sometimes they even may say to yourself that you're charging low prices and you should be charging more for your services as it was so good. So that can only be a good thing, right? Make sure you don't jump your prices too much. Start off with $5 or $10 increases and do all of your profile at once, because once you update one of your gigs, they get actually thrown out of the Fiverr algorithm and appear less on the search results. And also, if you increase your prices too much, it might scare away repeat buyers that might come back. Repeat buyers and returning customers are really great because they assure you that you're doing a good job for them. And even better when they return to you when you've raised your prices, as it shows the price doesn't matter to them as long as they're getting good work from you. Once you've leveled up to level 1 or 2 on Fiverr, for example, and leveled your price up even more as a result, and once you've also had enough portfolio to show off to customers, you can start considering about possibility of quitting your job and switching to freelance full-time. For me personally, it took about 200 orders, and I write in the automotive niche, blog posts and articles, and also product descriptions. You might get the same number of orders in 6 months and be able to do it in half the time as I did, or be able to up your prices much quicker and get bigger clients that offer repeat work, meaning you can hand in your resignation letter much quicker than I did and transition to a freelance work full-time. The beauty of freelancing is being able to work from anywhere, choosing your own hours, which can be typically less than what you would do in your corporate job, and having not as many hoops to jump through because you're communicating directly one-on-one with clients. You don't have to deal with other colleagues, managers and layers of the company that you might be working for before. But the downsides are that it's not consistent work with freelancing. Some days you may feel overwhelmed with the amount of orders that you've got to fulfill, and other days you might not have any orders at all, and you might be anxious about when your next order will come through. Plus, it's not really like you can switch off from it and go off grid for a week. I find I'm responding to messages at 10 PM at night or just when I'm going to bed, and then when I'm waking up in the morning because of the time difference, with most of my clients being in the US and I'm in the UK. Waking up to a flood of messages in the morning isn't great because they have to be responded to straight away to affect your response rate and all your metrics. See my other video here about how I quit my job, and a very good set of videos for my inspiration, which is Alex Vasulo, on how she got started in the freelance world. In fact, check out all of her content if you want to begin freelancing, as it's all great advice. With that said, thanks for watching. Please hit the like button as it greatly helps out my channel, and hit subscribe for more freelancing tips, tricks and hacks in the future. Plus, my channel is all about money saving, so I can teach you once you start freelancing how to save more money in the long run. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Peace.